Big Boy's
Big
neighborhood.
Boy.
Alrighty now, beautiful day in the neighborhood,
Yeah,
man.
man.
He is back in the neighborhood. Tory Lanez. Welcome
poppin'?
back to the neighborhood, man.
How we doing?
Hey, I'm good, man. I just walked down with him, man. I bear witness to him putting on damn near 80 different pieces of jewelry.
He does.
He got the jewelry homie with him too, though. You know what I'm
You
saying?
gotta have it right.
Yeah, hey,
Coming
man.
to Big Boy show, you gotta come correct, right?
That's so much icing up there.
Hey, man, yeah, you looking kind of lovely, bro. But you work hard.
I do. I work
Hey,
very
man,
hard.
and you do work hard, bro. And Tory, you work a lot.
A whole lot.
Yeah, man. Where does that energy continue? You know how sometimes we get on and we get a little relaxed,
Yeah.
but you don't do that.
I think my strive doesn't stop till I'm where I want to be. And so like just because I'm where a lot of other people may want to be,
Gotcha.
that doesn't mean that I'm where I want to be. And so my strive doesn't stop. You know, I'm a Leo, so I thrive off of progression. Like if I'm ever seeing myself doing something good and I feel like I do it better, like, you know, maybe like as time progresses, I feel like if I keep on going, that means that this could eventually become the best.
So you really pretty much,
You know?
I wouldn't say you're your own critic. You your own competition.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? 100%. Do you pay attention to any of the chatter out that's going on when they say, oh, you know, kings of R&B or hip hop? And do you pay attention to any of that?
I mean, me being somebody who said that before
Right.
myself,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I think there was a time when like it was like, yeah, let's say it. And then I feel like, you know, I feel like after, you know, because I feel like I was one of those kids who came out and said something wild or had one of those bold statements on the internet. I'm the best rapper, and da-da-da-da-da-da, whatever the case is. I'm the best. And I feel like after I took all the heat for it, it was like okay for niggas to just come out and be like, all right.
Like now
you know what I'm
can.
saying? Now we just getting niggas from everywhere.
It's okay to come out.
That's
Yeah.
facts right there.
You
I
know,
remember.
We just getting everybody coming out saying they the best. But at the end of the day, like I've always said, if that's how you feel about yourself, then by all means, like let that be the statue.
Yeah, but you prove too though, because there's times when I'll see you flip, and I'm like, for one, there's no category. You know what I'm saying? So when I see you flip, I'm like, damn, you can't deny that this brother do what he do extremely well.
Nah,
you know
I
what I'm saying?
appreciate that.
Man, has it always been that confidence?
Yeah, I think so. Even when I was whack,
Right? Yeah.
you know, because we all got a time when we was a little whack. Like, you know,
When you say when I was whack, were you whack then, or do you look back and be like, oh damn, yeah, I was whack?
when you say whack, then you mean like,
Yeah, did you know, like man, like I'm not really that good?
nah,
or did
I
you,
thought I was fire.
Yeah, see?
But then when you go back later and you're like, yo, that was whack. That was whack.
When was the last
You know what I'm saying? Like,
how long ago did you look back now? Like, can you look back 2 years now and be like, ah, damn, I could have came a little bit.
I don't think that I was coming, like, I feel like there was a time when like my stuff sounded just like every other thing. And that's because I was trying to find my sound and find what felt comfortable to me and try to find sounds that were already familiar to me in my head. Is when I finally just started kind of coming with my own sound and like doing songs. I think it was like right around this one album I had called Conflicts in My Soul, or it was a mixtape, Conflicts in My Soul, then Lost Cause. From then on, I don't think I ever put anything.
Hey man, why so much material? You know what I'm saying? Because some people, they give you a little, they give you a little bit like, why so much material?
I'm a firm believer in that people are, you know, there's so many people on the earth, and every day somebody is a new fan that is listening to music. And I feel like for me, who has, you know, spent unlimited hours in the studio, it's damn near a crime for me to not give out all of this quality, because I don't make, you know, the same song. I don't have the same flow, and I can't, every track sounds the same. I don't have that. I have so much of a wide variety of things to choose from that it's like, I gotta give this out. It's just too much. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? It would be stupid for me to just hold on to all this.
Were you a fan first just of music before you knew this is like what you wanted to do? Was there a calling to it?
When my mom died and I was 11, that for me, I think, and like I always tell the stories, like it just made me really rebellious. And, you know, I wasn't like super into music like that at the time. I was more into video games and things like that. I was in like 6th grade. I was in 5th grade. And, you know, when my mom died, I didn't know how to really express myself. And so somehow, some way, I ended up finding out that this was a way of expressing myself and writing stuff down that people couldn't then chastise me for later or get mad at me for later. It was like, this is expressive, and I can now be who I want to be through this.
Hey, Tory, we're losing your mom at 11, right? I lost my mom, but I had years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was 29 when I lost my mom.
Yeah.
And there's extreme pain that's right there. I couldn't imagine, like, my daughter is 11 and my son is 12. And there's a lot of learning. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of
100%.
life. So when you say you rebelled, so on and so forth, how do one get through, and not get through, but how does one live through something like that? And be able to smile and be able to, you know what I'm saying?
I think, honestly, with me, that was like the first real death that I've ever had to really deal with. It kind of gave me an early introduction to how life, you know, so my scope on life was a little bit different than the average 11-year-old or the average kid that was my age.
You definitely knew what pain was and what, you know, what a real problem was.
You gotta remember, I'm the youngest of 6 kids, all same mom, same dad. You know, my dad was married to my mom for 23 years. So when we, you know, where we're from, it's you know, it's like a little bit different for our situation, especially for me being the youngest. You know, you have a special bond with your mom when you're that age, you know what I'm saying? And so I think what ended up happening for me is like it just kind of changed the psyche for me, the way I looked at life. You know what I mean? And I had to learn how to cope with pain early. Yeah. Opposed to the other kids that probably was doing different things at my age.
I always think, I'm like, man, growing up, you know, dealing with a lot, homelessness, just on our end. I knew when people say, oh man, this, I'm like, man, no, that's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like when people are like, oh man, I can't find my shoe, and I'm like, I broke up. I'm like, damn, that's not a problem. Like,
and I think that like really, it's like a lot of times I think we complain about things that are just so middle school when it comes down to like what's really going on. Like that's why nowadays when I pray, you would think that I would just be like, God, I thank you so much for this big house. Thank you so much for these cars. Thank you so much for the. When I pray in the morning, I'm like, God, thank you that I have arms. Thank you I have legs. Thank you I can hear. I have all my senses. Like none of these cars mean nothing if I'm blind. Yeah. None of this stuff means anything if I go deaf. I can't. Music doesn't mean nothing to me if I go deaf. You know, thank you for hearing. Thank you for being able to breathe properly. You know, I don't have a sickness. Thank you for waking up without a sickness in my body that holds me down or makes me you know, and sometimes people don't realize just the grant of how amazing it is to just have life. Man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like just the honor of, yo, you're living right now.
And you know what, man? People don't understand when you say you don't know what you got till it's gone. And that's everything. You don't know how well feels until you feel sick. You're like, oh, damn. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then I would figure also, man, that's just a lot of tuition into the school of experience, into the school of life.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And how you would kind of deal with people, how you dealt with people, your trust factors. Did you ever question like God as well early on?
Well, nah, you know, my dad is a preacher.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was always instilled in me. And, you know, I've had my own testimonies, of course, just off of things that I've gone through, my own experiences. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's for me, it's just like I've been through like life and death situations where it's like I know God was there. And if it wasn't that, I know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I know I wouldn't either be here or it wouldn't be the same.
And the reason why I asked that too, man, I have a buddy of mine. He's extremely religious. I call him my extension cord to the Lord because I'm not as close. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his son passed at 5, right? And he was at my house and he got a call and his whole life changed. My life changed with him. And I even thought like, man, this dude is so close to God. Like, how did this happen to him? Just as a question.
Yeah.
So when you say like, man, my pops was a minister, you know, or a preacher, I would think as a kid, I'd be like, man, we doing everything right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I asked
you know
the question.
What I've realized is you can't question God's plan. And I know sometimes when people hear that, they're like, what do you mean? There's so much to question.
Yeah.
You know, why did this happen? Why is this innocent child, you know, what is, you know, the bottom of this? Why is it like this? And I think
take your time.
My bad.
Nothing.
And
Drinking
I think
water.
that what it comes down to is just like things have to happen for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. It's sad to say, but if my mother didn't die, I wouldn't have learned the expression of music, meaning that I wouldn't have been able to affect other people's lives,
Right.
and the mass, by the masses. There's so many kids that come up to me and say, yo, I was on the verge of suicide. I was on the verge of, doing something bad. I was on you don't know what your music got me through. I think even us as artists, sometimes we don't pay attention to the average fan that comes to us and goes, yo, you don't know what your music got me through.
Right.
And like if we were really to, find a way to put your life on Netflix and sit there and watch it, some of these kids, you'd be like, wow, my music got you through that.
Do you remember music being that for you too? Because I know for me, bro.
100%. I think one album that did it for me too is like JayZ The Dynasty. The Dynasty, I remember I heard that album the year that my mom died. And that was kind of the album that, kind of.
Did you find yourself going to it a lot too?
Yeah, always listening to it. It always reminded me of that time. You know what I'm saying?
You ever had a chance to tell JayZ that?
I've never met JayZ.
Damn. It'd be greater later.
Never met JayZ.
It'd be greater later.
Meet him, though.
But
you
get. Go ahead, love.
Do you think you'd tell him that?
If I had the time to, you know what I'm
It definitely
saying?
could be in passing.
I wouldn't do it when he's like passing, like, you know what I'm
Be
saying?
like, hold on, OG, I know you about to get on sale. Hold on real quick. Chixtape 5. Alrighty now. This is an album.
This is an album.
Why is Chixtape 5 an album?
Chixtape 5 is not only is it an album, it's finally an album.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Chixtape series started in 2011, and I can't even believe that people have anticipated it this long and have championed it this far.
And then plus we know it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like as soon as we okay.
And so it's like all of the other Chixtapes that came out, they're predominant R&B records where I sample only the old school, timeless records that came out of the eras of the late 80s, the early 90s, mid 90s, late 90s. And now in Chixtape 5, it is everything sampled from 2000 to 2006.
I love it.
And like that's where all the samples come from. That's where all the features come from. We went back and got all the real features on the actual songs this time. So you got to look at it like this. You got Jagged Edge and Jermaine Dupri go on Trade It All. Chris Brown on Take You Down. Trey Songz came back and did Can't Help But Wait. Mario Crying Out For Me. Man. Maya did Best of Me. You know what I'm saying? Ashanti did Foolish.
Ashanti's on the cover?
Yes, she
is.
That's
something to jack to. Okay, go ahead. What? Go ahead. She understands.
Ashanti, you ain't hear that.
But you know what's crazy? Even when you go through the roll call, right?
Yeah.
Having one of those is already like, damn, I got such and such. But to put a project together and say, man, no, I got Jagged Edge. You know what I'm saying?
It's like I got everybody.
Yeah.
It's just like I got the people that.
Why do you think they show up?
Honestly, I don't know. Because who the fuck am I?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what it is too? I think there's a passion to it and you do it right too though.
And that's
you know what I'm saying?
And that's kind of the notion that I had got when I was going to clear all these samples and going to clear the features and like trying to get the features in the first place. Was it like, are they even gonna fuck with this? But then a lot of times a lot of them will come back like, yo, I really fuck with you on some whole other shit. Like I've been listening to, I don't say nothing, but
right.
And so it was a lot of kind of mutual respect there.
Early on, did you always look for the clearance even in the first mixtape of it? You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
I mean, just like, man, like I gotta go get a clearance or I gotta go get a feature.
No, that's why the other Chix tapes were never on Spotify or Apple. It was like, I'm not clearing this shit.
Right.
Like, and then the one time like Chixtape 4, I tried to clear shit. I went to go clear Proud Family, and Disney was like, nigga,
they're like, there's like in years to come, we got Disney
stupid?
Plus. Like,
Please,
please. You was like, all right, well, you know what? Here, taking it anyway. Yeah.
And so, it's just like certain things like that is the reason why a lot of those songs had to come out for free. But even in it being for free, it's been always such a ruckus every time the Chixtape is dropping. Like I remember because I didn't clear it, the last Chixtape, there was this kid who must have leaked it under a different name. His name was like I don't know, it was like Little Tory or some kind of Tory something. And he put the whole Chix Tape on his Spotify somehow, and the whole Chix Tape charted off his page.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Under a whole different name.
Man, that was genius that you did that.
Yeah.
I wish I did. You know what I'm saying? But it's things like that just go to show me like there's a different cult following over the Chix Tape. You know?
Hey man, when you thought of or when Chix Tape came, did that seem like low hanging fruit that nobody had that?
What you mean?
Like, you know what I'm saying? When you say Chix Tape, that's like,
it's like genius.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That from what I understand, from what I know, nobody had that.
Nah, I mean, for me, it was always something that I just thought was dope from the standpoint of, you know, mixtape.
Yeah.
Chixtape, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people knew me for mixtapes. And so because I was like, you know, I need something predominantly for the women, Chixtape.
Hey man, that sound like that sound like it was too easy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody else should have had it already.
I ain't gonna lie. And somebody should have got it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm kicking myself in the ass. I don't sing or do anything else, but I would have sold it to you.
I saw on your IG recently that you said you'd rather choose a regular girl over a famous girl any day. Can you elaborate a little bit more on this?
Okay.
Please.
So I think it depends. I think it also depends on what we're talking about. When I say famous, I don't necessarily mean somebody who's just attained a certain level of fame and you're famous. I mean, there's a certain type of woman that is out for fame. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and maybe I should have reiterated on that, but I can't. Like, I'm not into the Hollywood relationship thingy majiggy. I'm like, that's not
cute
for
couple
me.
names. You know what I'm saying?
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I sliced a couple joints.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna ask you that.
But at the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna be in a fake relationship just because it looks cool and just because it's cool for the fame portion of this or the fame look out. You know what I'm saying? If I don't vibe with you, I'm not doing that. That's why I like regular girls because they don't really be thinking too much. Like me, I'm not a guy, for instance. I eat ramen noodles and craft dinner and IHOP in the night. McDonald's in the daytime, the studio sessions. Like, I'm not trying to go to Soho House and whatever and Katana and and Komodo, but what I don't even know. Like, bro, I don't go to those. I don't care about that shit. It's not that. It's not that I'm not like, you know, I'm not appreciative of some rich nigga shit where they put your small food on a plate with a little flour and shit. Like I appreciate the way it looks. But at the end of the day, like, I like down to earth people. I'm a down to earth person.
We hear a lot in the industry sometimes like, oh, that's not a real relationship between, you know, person A and person B. That's just all for fake. Have you ever been approached like from someone like, we want you to date?
Multiple
really?
times. I get approached by the girls themselves.
Really though?
Yo, we should do a.
Really though?
Like, nah. No offense.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
You better than me.
Really my style.
You know what I'm saying? You know? Who's the best famous person that you had sex with?
I mean, we're not gonna do that. Yeah, some bad girls out there. Like,
hell yeah. You know what I love? You didn't say big. It's never happened.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's never happened. So what does Chixtape like 8? Or is that gonna be the reveal all?
Chixtape 8 might
when you
have
get
to
to
just
8,
be
say
like,
one name for me.
It's gonna have to be all names. All the song titles are just the names of the girls.
It won't even be your dreams of effing the R&B. It'll just be the for real.
It'll be the for real version. For real.
We're just talking about with mixed chicks, right? I mixed chicks with Chixtape. Now I had a group that never really took off called Mixed Chicks. I thought it was genius. Man,
did you copyright it? Because you know they got the little hair product.
Yeah, but I'll tell you a story off of that too. That's my homegirl that did that.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's my homegirl that did that. What up, Kim? Yeah, but when you say like I got this person on, I got this person, and then I hear that like, man, I'm not paying for features. Is that something even now that it's like I'm not paying for features?
I mean, at this point in my life, I'm not gonna lie. Like, what people don't understand about me is like I'm not pressed to go on nobody's song. Like, if you don't want to do a song with me, cool. You don't think I'm big enough for you to do this for free? Cool. It's gonna happen when it happens, and when it happens, I'm gonna tax that ass.
I heard that.
Period. You know what I'm saying?
But you charge for features, right?
I definitely do, but not to people that I like to work with, or not to like my peers. At the end of the day, if we working, we working. Like, you feel me? Like, all of the other stuff is the other stuff. For me to even step in the studio with you is because I honor you and I respect you. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just the bag.
And, and it's love, and it's genuinely I want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? If that's not enough for you, or if my level of fame is something that you feel like you need to capitalize off of when it comes down to money, I don't want to work with you, because at the end of the day, it's like you gonna see when your shit is off cycle and I'm still bumping. I've been here like before y'all I got signed to Interscope 2015, like 2011, 2012, 13, and 14. I was still selling shows. I was still selling out tickets. I was still doing my thing. Up until I got to the label, I was already selling out the venues that I was touring on when I was on the label. So it was like, for me, I've never been pressed. I've always known I'm on an incline. Like, and so at the end of the day, you can have that first year of being hype when things is cool and everybody likes you, but you're gonna go off cycle,
right?
And they will forget, and I'll still be here.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Now, you gave Tyga a lifetime of features.
Lifetime.
And that was because he turned you on to the hair doctor.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I can't tell what they did. So whatever they did, they did right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's not Bosley. That's what people gotta understand. Like, you know those commercials in the nighttime, the infomercial? It's not one of those guys. Like, it's not that procedure. Like, that is a weird procedure where they like damn near cut like the back of your head.
Yeah.
And like I didn't do that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what my doctor specializes in, shout out to Dr. Zirin. Mad niggas is looking to rewind that. This might be the most hits you ever had just because of that one moment. But like, basically they do stem cell research. So he has all these ways of like real natural hair growth. But what it is that he specializes in Black and Latino hair. You know what I'm saying? Not that he doesn't do white people hair too, but at the same time, he specializes in Black and Latino hair. So you got to think about it. It's like, y'all know how rough our hair grows, how uneven. Like, yo, even right now, my hair is still uneven. That's what people don't understand. Like, they think like I just have like some, my hair is growing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And literally, like, my hair be darker hair, it'd be lighter hair.
Where did he do it at? Like, where was the so-called problem?
Nah, it's my edges was my main issue. My edges was just like, they started receding in the sides.
And how long ago did he do that?
That's what, I think, about 8 months ago.
Is that instant though?
Yeah, it looks
really?
good.
Hell
like,
yeah.
It
Does
looks
it
good,
hurt?
but you still gotta take time. Like, you gotta let it keep growing.
Yeah.
It's
You know
your
what I
hair,
love
gotta-
about it,
you know,
man,
it
is that
regrows.
there's no shame or taboo to get down.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Like,
gotta.
man,
I just don't care. And like, that's the thing about it. It's like, it's such a crazy thing because so many people are so insecure about their hair. Like, and like, I just want niggas to know, like, I went through all phases for y'all, dog.
Right, yeah.
Like, nah, real talk, dog. I really want niggas to know, like, I went through all phases for niggas out here with the hair situation. I let y'all niggas know that, yo, you can lose this shit. Mm-hmm. You might have to cut it bald,
man,
but I'll go bald for y'all.
We're going to lose a lot of the interview if we get a lot more of the N-word in the we lost a lot of interview from you the first time. Keep it as clean as you can. I want this to run.
All right, look. Basically, like I said, I just want the people to know that I did a lot for them when it comes down to this. For males specifically that have hair problems or have like, there's so many males that are coming and be like, yo, bro, like I need to, my hair's receding. And it's like, I done showed y'all you can lose this. I done showed y'all what it looks like when you gotta cut it all off. And I still rocked it strong. You know what I'm saying? But then I also showed you that you can come back. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like, I don't know what to tell you.
Did you really know that was going on? Because I still don't know what Tyga did, because Tyga hair look immaculate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Tyga, same doctor though.
Yeah.
And it's not that. What people don't understand is they're not putting some weird hair in your scalp. You know what I'm saying? They're putting your stem cells back into the stem cells that died. That's it.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying?
When my boy Jose walk in here, I just want you to look at him and just let him know if he had lost cause. Like, did we wait too long? You know what I'm saying?
I think all of us as men, most of us grow hair on the sides and at the back.
Yeah, he got that.
And that's where they evaluate from about like how your hair is gonna grow and You know, so as long as you grow hair in the back, you can. I mean, it's gonna take a couple procedures, but
Right.
Yeah.
You can
Hey
fix
man, the way that you just talked about that doctor and what you looking like, he can't charge you for another procedure.
Nah,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got multiple customers.
yeah, you good to go,
Word.
bro. You
All
good
around
to.
the world.
Hey man, you don't put faith in a lot of people,
I'm
homie.
trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry, like you could come back.
What was the experience like giving your fans your actual phone number and then like sending them the unreleased music and having them have access to you in that way?
Well, it's like one thing that I think I want my fans to know about me and about these other dudes that randomly just started doing that after me. I don't know why everyone always does this weird. You know what I'm saying? I actually have a phone that I bought that is literally how I text them on.
That's like
You know what I'm
fan
saying?
phone.
Yeah, it's literally like a fan phone that I can send mass texts on. I can, you know what I'm saying? These other dudes is using this app. I don't know what the app is, but they're using apps to do it. It's like a fake app.
So
that's on
you
their
actually
phone.
holding.
I'm actually on the phone. Like when I'm not doing nothing, I just go on my phone, I just text people. Or I send a mass text and I send
That's
everybody
dope.
something, you feel me? And like for me, it's like I'm real personal when it comes down to like being with the fans. Like I'm real strict about that. Like I don't diss people in the street when they want to take a picture. I always take a picture. I don't do things like, you know what I'm saying? I don't do things like that. I'm always a straightforward guy when it comes to the fan. When I'm at the shows, I jump in the crowd. I tell the security to wait back. Let me be in the crowd with the people. I tell them put me down. You know, I stand on the floor with them. I mosh with them. I wild out with them because they're my fans. You know,
you said, "Oh hell yeah, you do it."
dog.
And so for me, it's like I give back to the fan and let them know I'm always right here. I'm so close to you that I'm not even far. So that's my way of giving back. It's like, yo, here's this phone that you guys could just hit all day. And I'm
What's
never
the
gonna feel no way
misconception
about it.
about you?
I think people just don't understand how much I really care, and a lot of times I think that my passion towards the way I go about things makes me come off arrogant. You know, I'm so passionate that this is gonna work, that this is gonna go right.
Right, like look how confident and
You know
passionate
what I'm
he
saying?
is.
Like,
Like,
I'm so passionate that I can write a verse that can be that I'm gonna have a hit tomorrow. That I'm gonna have, you know what I'm saying? Like people don't like the dedication, that I put into things because it makes them feel like, nah, he's just being cocky. For instance, if you told me, yo, Tory, you know, I need this record and I need it to really be the hit of my career by tomorrow morning.
you know,
And I can go and I can say, you know what? I know today that I'm going to go to the studio and I'm going to take the 12 hours and I'm going to put my passion in and I'm going to come out with that hit that you're talking about. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you a selection of records that you can choose from that I know are on that level. And that's because I have that passion to keep driving me to do that until it's done. And that assurance that I have of myself is like, nigga, it's already done.
right?
That is what gets people upset. It's like, this nigga's just cocky. He just thinks he could just, but it's not even that. I'm just like that.
Yeah, and it's crazy that we trip off of people that have confidence or believe in themselves, or when we are biggest rah-rah. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, I'm looking, like, for one, everybody that come up to me to hand me something, everything is fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for the one person to come and say, hey, man, listen to my music. It's mediocre. You know what I'm saying? But then there's some where it's like, I remember some of my first interviews with Kanye. Kanye, when we first sat down, I remember my boy Fuzzy said, producer Kanye. And my man said, I am a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he put it into the universe like, man, no, this is what I do. And even with Ye, people would think, just, man, that confidence, like, oh, he's cocky.
Nah, I respect Ye. I feel like all cancers, Leos, if you're
All
born
crazy?
if you're born in the summer,
I'm about to say,
Born in the summer.
I'm born in the summer. I'm a
say,
Leo. You feel me?
My brother's a
And I
fighter.
feel like a lot of the decisions that he makes are decisions that I would make. You feel what I'm saying? Like not necessarily everything he's done,
Right.
but at the same standpoint, the radicalness of like, I'm just gonna do this today. That's how that's how Leo moves. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I've always admired that about him. It just the no fuck attitude about I'm just gonna do it because I want to do it.
Is it hard to watch people criticize him for his political views?
What that Kanye wants to run for president?
No, like that he would support Trump and that, you know, when he wears like the MAGA hat.
I think, to be honest with you, I just think that he did that because he knows he wants to run for president. I mean, I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry, Kanye, if I fucked some shit up.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he knew what he was doing and I think he knew that it was just like, I'm gonna run for president, so I might as well get the votes from these people now. I know that these niggas is not gonna like me, but I got to do something to the extreme to let these people know that I'm gonna run for president and I'm gonna need their votes too. That's just what I think. I could be wrong. Who the fuck am I? Don't shoot me. All right.
Right. Yeah. How do you keep the clutter away from you? Know, with social media, like back in the days, I tell people like, man, it used to be one critic. If you put out an album, Source Magazine, you wanted 3, 4, 5 mics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now everybody, because of the device, the phone, everyone.
I don't read niggas' comments on Instagram.
No.
That's the thing. Here's the thing. If you guys, I want you to really take something in. What I've realized about Instagram, specifically that one platform, don't get me wrong, Twitter will do it too, but people are still even a little bit more mindful on Twitter than they are on Instagram. For some reason, Instagram is damn near turned into a community where there's so much junk and so much things to comment on and laugh about and hee and laugh at somebody else's pain, where it's to the point where sometimes people are just hating for no reason. It's just become a part of their, and so I realized like this is what really actually put it in perspective for me. One time this kid wrote me the nastiest letter in my DM and was just like, yo, you piece of shit, da-da-da-da. He was just going off for a good like paragraph, just why he didn't like me and all this stuff and da-da-da-da. And I hit him back and I was like, you're a fuck nigga, but it's okay. I'm gonna forgive you.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. He responded back to me and said, yo, bro, I didn't even
know.
think you were gonna fucking answer. I don't even feel that way about you. I was just trying to get your attention.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was at that moment that I realized, yo, there's really people out here that really will sit down, take the time out of their day and say something that they don't even mean. And that's what showed me the comments that come off of other people's networks are based on what content they post. Everybody gets posted on Shade Room, and then you're like, yo, I got posted on Shade Room. Let me look at these comments. There's so many comments. But you got to realize you're literally in a room of shade. Niggas throwing shade. Like, the room is called Shade Room. Yeah. They're going to throw shade. I've seen people do the nicest things. But at the end of the day, if it's in the Shade Room, someone always throws shade. Mm-hmm. Meaning that even if you're doing good, you can't win. So why even focus on that? Focus on the fact that, hey, it was posted, people saw it. The people who do feel good about it are going to feel good about it. But I think the problem with a lot of people is we get too involved and wrapped into the comments of Instagram. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you go look at, somebody's comments on Instagram and go look at their YouTube channel, chances are their YouTube channel is going to be 90% more positive towards them than their Instagram.
Right.
And that just goes to show you, it's like, why are we even paying attention to the comments of these things? And that's why I don't even read niggas' comments no more.
I heard that.
That's why we need to create the great room.
The great room?
Yeah, we're going to put a bunch of great stuff.
The great room.
Get the account right now.
I love it, man. The great room.
Let me get that on this.
Yeah. Grab that before his people grab it.
How did we not think of it already?
Get the great room right here, right now.
I want 10%.
On the positive stuff.
You didn't even come out with it.
What you mean? I was sitting right next to him.
What are you talking about, man?
I was a part of the conversation which sparked the...
Your photo will be the profile photo. How about that?
All right, cool.
There it is right there. All right.
With that.
There it is. All right. Did you get that too? He signed off on it. All righty. And we also need you to go ahead and do a feature for us because we want to do it big. We want theme songs and everything,
I'm going to have
man.
the great room jingle. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know this is being recorded, right?
A release party.
What?
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Real mixtape.
Oh, when we do the great room release party, like the welcome party, the launch.
Facts. We're going to have all like the bloggers come through.
You saying
something great about this night.
You saying yes too easy.
We put it
that
up.
Show me right there. You're not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. When Tiger come forward first. Man.
Yes, sir.
Tory,
he growing his mustache from November. Just when you looked over at that, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I just wanted to mention, what are your thoughts on what happened with Drake at Camp Flog Gnaw?
I just don't think. I think personally, if the people weren't waiting on somebody else
that wasn't announced,
it was you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't think that it would have been that. It's just I think that they were in such of a high expectancy.
Yeah.
To see somebody and to see something at that moment, that at that moment that's just what they wanted to see. And I think that it's one of those things where it's like, me and Drake laughed about it. It was funny, like we was dead ass on the text laughing about it. But it's just like, boy, you had no business, boy, being at Camp Flog Gnaw.
What did he say back?
Nah, he was just laughing. He was just like, yo, that's what for the books, bro. Like, it just
but you know
it just didn't matter to him. Like, you gotta remember, like, no offense to whoever was at Camp Flog, Gnaw or whatever, but bro, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
The kids was on a ride, bro. Like at the end of the day, it's still Drake.
Yeah, man.
Hell
Any
yeah.
other crowd, anywhere he goes, bro, people would be
And you know what?
ecstatic to see
Yeah.
that. You know
I
what I'm
think he
saying?
would have got it there too if he didn't come last, where people knew that was the finale. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause Uzi Vert came out. Who else came out?
ASAP.
ASAP.
No, I feel you, but at the same time, and no disrespect to any of them, but it's still Drake.
Right,
Like,
right,
Drake
right.
is a finishing act.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just think that they thought that a finishing act was somebody else.
Right.
And because the expectancy was so high, it's like, if it was me, if I was him,
Right.
I'd have just been like, what? Hit. Boom. I just started running the hits. Boom, 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 boom. I didn't give them a chance to say nothing. Boom,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. I would have ran 90 hits.
Right.
So
So you
would
would
have ran
say
90 records. Boom, 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 boom. Bro, the kid got like 106 of them
Easy
joints.
call, hell
boom,
yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
And that's on a light
I'd have started
night.
running the old Timberlands. I'd have ran everything. Them kids would have sang at one of them joints.
They'll still be there. What's the relationship with you and Drake? I know you say you guys are just texting back and forth. Do you get another go round at y'all one-on-one? Did he really beat you one-on-one?
He wins these games, right? No, I shouldn't even say that. He won the first game fair and square.
Basketball.
The second game, I'm not fully giving to him because I realized he was like, cuz was working on his shot. And
was it at his facility
wait, listen,
too?
no, but here's the thing. You ain't let me
Ball,
finish.
bro.
Go ahead
This
now.
is what happened. This is what happened now. So we was playing basketball, but then he's playing this in this way where it's like if you shoot and you miss, it's just dead ball. You got to start back again. Like you don't go get your own rebounds.
Yeah.
Like you just got to start
got
from the
house
top. Like the
rules.
old school like way. I'm like, nah. Like the way we supposed to be playing is like, you know, you play one-on-one. Wherever the ball goes, you go for it. You run for it. Out of bounds is out of bounds. But we wasn't playing like that. We was just playing shot for shot for shot for shot. It was like this way I wasn't used to. You know, my way of winning, I tired niggas out.
Right, yeah.
I tire the hell out you. Like you just be mad tired. You feel me? Because I'll run around. I'll be doing the most.
Grab the
But
rebound.
It didn't happen like that. You know what I'm saying? He was working on his shot. He had a little basketball instructor and stuff. Working on his little, you know what I'm saying? He shoot his shot like this now. Like it's like a little curve. thing.
House rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell yeah. That's the way we play here.
But I promise, we ever get the one-on-one again,
You got to get the rematch.
definitely.
How
Yeah, but not
amazing-
like that though.
No,
you know what I'm
no.
saying?
You
Not
got
like
to take him
that.
to your house and then to your rules.
Yeah, take him to your court.
How amazing is that mansion that he built?
That's all right.
I mean,
Oh, you talking
from what I've seen,
Yeah.
from what I've seen, it's pretty dope.
Damn.
Pretty crazy.
Why, you want to go over there?
Hell yeah, would love to go over there.
Yeah. Tory Lanez, definitely want to thank you
Yeah,
for coming
man.
into the
Thank
neighborhood,
you.
man.
Yeah.
Continue to be the machine that you are, bro.
Always,
You know
man.
what I'm
Humble,
saying?
bro.
Continue
You
to
know.
be the machine
I
that
gotta
you are.
be able to keep coming back here.
Yeah.
You know, if
yeah.
there's a year where I just stop coming back, you know, I'm just doing bad. You know
Hey,
what
bro.
I'm
No, either you doing bad
Or I'm
you think
doing
you're
good.
too good.
Yes.
That's
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
you'll
You
never
think
get me
you-
with the thinking too.
You-
I'm
I don't
always
think I've
down to
ever,
that.
have I ever gotten a Tory Lanez like phoner? Like you
Nah.
show
No.
up.
I'll
And
always
I
be
appreciate that,
Nah, I'll
man.
always be
because
here.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. I've been doing this a long time, and I've had people I press play on their first records, bro. And you would think out of respect, you know, and without saying anything, that they would come in, check in, whatever. And it trips me out also, man. And we put a lot of people on, and then when they feel like they in, we don't get the interview. It's like, oh, they sit down with Kimmel. Oh, they sitting down with something. I'm like, oh man, but it happens. It's gonna happen with you too.
It's not gonna happen with me.
Because
As
the
a matter
first
of
time
fact,
you
the
came
next-
in, you didn't even have shades on.
Nah, honestly.
Now you put on all your jewelry.
Nah, you know, it's Chix Tape season. You know,
Yeah,
you gotta,
yeah, there it is,
you
bro.
gotta go all out for the women, you know what I'm saying, in this season. And I just think that, you know, not only is that like something that I love to do when it comes down to like coming here, but I'm always gonna come here. And when I come here the next time, I promise you my next interview is gonna be, that might be the interview that just gets the most, because what I gotta talk about the next time I come here, which is not gonna be too far from here,
Give us a hint now.
nah, trust me. Just trust me.
All right. And let me tell you this. You said it here. If I look up and I see Charlamagne sitting next to you asking you the question, are you like, Charlamagne, man, I had to come here. Angela, what's going on? And I'm gonna be like, wow. I'm gonna be like, my man, a $3 bill, bro. $3 bill. Phone.
Nah, I got
I
you.
appreciate you,
I'll be
man.
here.
And I'm gonna tell you, bro, you are one of the, as far as hard work and everything, man, but also just one of the, and whatever this means, but you are one of the realest people
Thank you.
in the game right now, bro.
I appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? With a lot of fake frauds, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
you, bro.
and the way that you walk it, the way that you talk it, the way that you command your respect, and without us even like on all different levels, bro.
Thank you.
I
bro.
mess with you.
I
You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
that. Likewise, bro.
Music wise,
All
yes,
y'all,
but
man.
everything else. I love the way you carry yourself,
it,
bro.
for real.
All right, now Tory Lanez in the neighborhood, big
Yes,
boy
sir.
neighborhood.